What is up, my fellow creeps, and a happy Thanksgiving to you all. Today we are doing something that Capcom has never done before. We are designing a full Resident Evil Thanksgiving horror game. A psychological nightmare starring Claire Redfield, a distant Chris, a suspicious new stepfamily, and a bioweapon strain so polished you wouldn't know you're infected until it's too late. Let's get into it. So here's the setup. Claire heads to her aunt's for a long overdue holiday. Chris shows up too, but he's cold, distant, and clearly hiding something. Their aunt has remarried into the Harrow family, an extremely old money American bloodline with weird traditions, weird rules, and way too many guests Claire never met in her life. The Harrow estate is big. Not Spencer Mansion big, but old, creaky, full of hidden rooms and family secrets. This Thanksgiving dinner is an event of many that the Harrows have throughout the year. So it's not out of the norm for them to have a lot of people there at once. But this particular dinner, this Thanksgiving dinner, feels off. People stare too long, conversations loop in strange ways, and Chris seems distracted, almost blank. Now here's the twist. The Harrow family has developed a cousin to Las Plagas, but instead of being parasitic and obvious, this strain is polished, refined, behaviorally perfect, impossible to detect. No tentacles, no deformities, no glowing eyes. You can be sitting right next to someone infected and have no idea. They act normal, look normal, speak normal. Their goal is to create the perfect infiltrators that Umbrella never could, a strain that controls the mind while preserving the body perfectly. The ideal family engineered. Now, Claire and Chris's aunt has always had a void. She's constantly chasing purpose, chasing belonging, chasing something to make her feel whole after the death of her sister, Claire and Chris's mom. The Harrows saw this, in particular Elias Harrow, her husband. They offered her a place, a home, a sense of importance, and she took it. But she didn't realize that the warmth they offered was part of the conditioning. She's infected, not fully controlled yet, but slipping. Claire notices these little things. Aunt Eleanor repeats phrases with unnatural calm. She freezes mid-sentence, she changes topics abruptly like someone switched TV channels in her brain. She defends the Harrow family even when no one is attacking them. She is chasing what she never had, and it makes her vulnerable. Saving her becomes Claire's core mission as the game progresses. Chris, on the other hand, holds a lot of resentment towards his aunt after she basically abandoned the both of them when they lost both of their parents. She was supposed to step up and take care of them, but never did, so Chris had to, and ever since then, Chris has disliked this woman. Now, Claire, on the other hand, thinks differently of Aunt Eleanor. She thinks there is redeemable factors there. She thinks that this woman deserves a second, a third, a fourth chance. Chris is not so easily persuaded of this, and throughout the game, that thread will be pulled between the both of them. Now, there is a heavy psychological horror layer to this game. Claire begins seeing flashes of herself restrained in a lab. Chris strapped down beside her, the Harrows injecting something into them. Machines humming, whispered lines like "be thankful, be compliant." Think Get Out vibes. The player will question everything. Is this trauma, a hallucination, or memories leaking through the conditioning? This polished Plaga strain doesn't just control, it manipulates perception. Eventually, Claire finds underground documents revealing the Harrow family were secret Umbrella patrons. Not scientists, not soldiers, investors, believers. They think the world failed because humanity lacked direction. They intended to fix that. Their plan? Infect every person at this Thanksgiving dinner who has been hand-picked by Elias Harrow himself, each with a tie to different governments, different types of powers throughout the world. They will be infected with this polished Plaga strain, and they will build a new society from loyal, grateful, perfectly controlled citizens. They literally want to create a thankful world. Now let's talk about the antagonist for a minute. The primary antagonist is Elias Harrow, the patriarch. Cold, soft-spoken, charismatic, always too polite. He sees humans as flawed, chaotic creatures who need gentle guidance. Then we have Aunt Eleanor herself. Near the end of the game, she becomes the emotional centerpiece, part protector, part antagonist, caught between the love for her niece and nephew and bioweapon influence. Claire's mission becomes save her aunt, save Chris, escape the estate, destroy the Harrows' plans, but there is a possibility that she will not be able to do all of those things. Now, everything circles back to be grateful for what you have, not what you think will finally make you whole. Aunt Eleanor chases belonging and gets manipulated. Chris chases control and breaks down. The Harrows chase power and lose their humanity. Claire learns that gratitude is meaningless if you're afraid to face reality. So that's Resident Evil Harvest. Psychological horror, perfect infections, emotional trauma, and a family reunion from hell. Now be honest, would you play this? And who should the final boss be? Elias Harrow himself, maybe completely mutated? Aunt Eleanor under full control? Or Chris losing the fight in his own mind? Drop your ideas in the comments below. I want to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. Stay creepy, my friends. That is all I got for now.